Please give this video a like and subscribe!
Masculinity influencers. So now it's anybody who has an opinion on fitness, finance, financial success, and relationship.
Yes.
That's a pretty
masculinity influencers, bad. But before you guys in the chat say, well, I know this guy. No, you don't understand. How do they define masculinity influencers? Is literally any person that's trying to help men in any way at all online.
There are some who have gone so far as to say that they want the 19th Amendment repealed.
I would support that.
They're doing better in education than boys.
A Cambridge study finds that girls up.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Honey Badger Radio. My name is Brian. I'm here with Allison, and this is a new episode of Maintaining Frame, which basically should be retitled the crap that Richard sends through, called Let's Check In on Women. It's not a Richard thing?
Yeah, it is a Richard request.
Okay.
But, this represents a body of women, possibly the largest philosophical movement of women on the internet, maybe in the world, in the universe. This is the thought sphere that has come out of women collectively. So I figured we might as well take its temperature, if it has one. If it's not just absolute lukewarm dreck, but just to figure out what's going on in the check-in, see what's going on with the feminine mind, shall we say. See what they have to say about the world and life and everything in it. The universe, life, and everything in it, according to apparently some of the most popular and influential female thinkers on the internet.
It's true.
Okay, let's all right, so if you want to send us a comment on what we're about to do, if you want to warn us away from the cliff, please do so at feedthebadger.com/justthetip. That's feedthebadger.com/justthetip. Very best way for you to send us funds, because we get the full benefit of them, and the best way to send a comment with those funds. feedthebadger.com/justthetip. Now I'm going to try to get my bangs out of my face. I just suddenly started to have bangs. I don't even know why. They just happened. It's very bizarre. But anyway, so if you want to support the show, feedthebadger.com/support. It is up. It is live. So please go there and help us out so we can, well, maybe not bring you this content, but bring you content. Honestly, the problem is that I'm not even being facetious. This is some of the biggest voices for women on the internet. This.
Yeah, no, they're not doing themselves any favors.
This is horrifying. This is what do you do with that knowledge? What do you do with it? Okay, so anyway, join us for staring into the abyss, or the fembiss, or the great dark void. And not the void cat, just the void. And let's just start. Let's just get into it.
All right, so we got 3 videos, all of them awful. Bryony Claire, someone named Broey Deschanel, and the Queer Kiwi. So let's start with Bryony Claire. This video is titled Bridgerton Exposes the Cruelty of Not Being Wife Material, where she uses media that is already feminist to make an argument about reality. And this is feminist scholarship. Feminist philosophy is taking lies and using them to tell bigger lies and criticizing those lies, but because they're not lying hard enough. So anyway, Bridgerton is one of those period shows on the BBC, I think. Do you know what Bridgerton is, Allison? It's about courtly, it's like aristocrats being shitty to each other and love triangles and stuff like that.
Okay, so it doesn't sound like something that I would watch.
It's like, it's like a girl show. It's totally a girl show. It's like people in costumes, like a period thing, like Victorian or Edwardian. I don't know what period it is. It doesn't matter.
Okay,
and
well,
you have like high class people, and they're like but there's like an underbelly, and people are, I don't
Are
know, being
shady.
shitty to each other. I don't know. It's some woman shit I wouldn't watch. And she's obviously really into this stuff, despite being someone who wants to shatter gender roles wide open. And
Yeah,
she also
it's
uses
funny
it
how
to
that works.
make arguments about our modern era.
Well, that
So
makes
let's,
perfect sense. Hmm.
yeah, makes perfect
Okay,
sense.
well,
So,
I will probably bring some historical accuracy because I do research these periods a bit, and legal understanding that Byrony completely freaking lacks. So let's do it. Go
all
ahead.
right. So
Do it up.
let's play the opening bit first.
Picture it. You have this fantastic connection with this man who chivalrously steps in to save you.
Treat a woman in such a manner ever again, and I will personally ensure you never return to society.
He respects you. He
God.
promises to find you well.
Oh, for the love of God, that is the most annoying romance trope. Like I do read, or I did read romance books, and this would be the trope that would make me just drop it. In fact, it was the trope in 50 Shades of Grey that when I got to like chapter 3, I'm like, I mean, I wasn't really reading 50 Shades of Grey unironically. I'll admit that, but I'm like, so every single man that I've met is a creepy stalker towards this girl, and plus the billionaire. And then she's just like, all of these men are creepy stalkers towards me, but I'm just so attracted to the billionaire. I just don't understand why. It's like, please, oh good. And but the trope is that all the men around this woman are totally infatuated with her sexually, and they're so predatory. And then the guy who is also sort of predatory comes and saves her from all of the other men. Like this is the one trope that I would never, like as soon as I smelled it in any kind of romance fiction that I used to read like 10 years ago, I would just be like, nope, I'm not spending any more time with this book. Goodbye, yoink. Or no, not
Yep.
yoink. Yeet. The other yee. All right. And this is what this is. This is a romance trope, Byrony. This is a romance trope. Okay? This doesn't exist in reality. It doesn't exist. I mean, certainly doesn't exist now because men don't hit on women anymore, as far as I can tell. They just don't. They are cultivating the ability not to see them at all, at least if they're white. Like if they are any other ethnicity, or if they have been raised in the West, they probably are now occupying a space where women don't exist for them or trying to. And if they're if they're an imported ethnicity, they are filling the gap, so to speak. But of course, we're not going to discuss that. We're going to discuss the romance trope that doesn't exist in reality.
Well, we're gonna woman worse this one. So,
Oh, okay.
all right, let's keep going.
You connect, you bond, you get to know each other. He gets you a job at his wealthy mother's house. And you both even kiss. You both like each other. It's
Okay, you're ruined permanently.
What?
Like both of them are permanently, their reputations are ruined. Like they didn't fuck around with chastity back then, and he could ruin his reputation just as much as she could ruin hers.
She's like a, I don't want to say a slave. She's like a servant. She works there, and he's like
She looks
so it's like
vaguely
that
Asian.
fantasy of the the working girl, and then like the powerful man,
Okay,
like
I know.
like takes an interest in her kind of thing. I think. I mean, like I said, I haven't watched this show, so so that's kind of like
Yeah, I gotcha.
I think that's what the story is. It's like for the plain Jane.
Yeah,
Oh
she's
my God,
vaguely.
why does he like me? So
Why is she vaguely Asian?
she is Asian because modern
Oh,
casting.
so she's not even partially. Oh,
No. We have to make her sympathetic. We have to maximize that. So she's a working class, like member of the staff, like a maid or something. I think I'm not sure. And
that's
she's
even less
Asian
likely.
too. So we need to like pile that on.
That's
To
even less
maximize
likely.
intersectional points, Allison.
It's even less likely. I mean, maybe it would be more likely if she was like some kind of Asian royalty. That would be more plausible. But just an Asian like member of staff, like an Asian peasant in 17th century Britain? Are you freaking being ridiculous? Of course.
Might be 18th
course.
century or even 19th century.
Y-
But still, Yeah.
With those outfits, that's 17.
Well, let's
Well,
keep
let
going.
me get a good look at them. I'll tell you for sure.
Yeah.
feelings, but then you bump into each other and you have this intense makeout session on the staircase. And then he asks you the all-important question.
Be my mistress.
No, 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 no. No!
You have to tell me to shut up.
Byron, you wouldn't even want to be his wife. What the hell are you talking about? Or wait, she was wifed up, wasn't she?
What?
I said she was wifed up, wasn't she?
This character?
No,
Oh,
husbanded
Bryony
up,
Claire is, yeah, she's supposedly married to a human man.
allegedly, and not an entire
Like her dog or herself or
an entire like colony of rats in a human suit.
yeah.
Something bizarre. Yeah, so presumably she's married.
Say what?
Presumably she's married.
Yeah, she is. Bryony is married, yeah.
Okay, all right. So no, she not. Yeah, that's what happened at that time, Bryony. You know, that's actually basically what happens now. Right? Because you all go for the same man. Some of you get pregnant with him, with his spawn, and then he either pays for that or the government does. In this case, all of these women are going after this man, and he's probably going to get a few of them pregnant, and he has to pay for that. What is the difference between this and today? Are we now concerned about marriage? Are we starting to be like having an issue with it? Now people need to get married?
No, she's not making that argument, I don't think.
Then what's the problem? Like, even looking back in time, what's the problem? This is exactly what you want.
Misogyny is always the problem. Because he had it doesn't matter like
If
whether
she
they're
wants to get
whether
married,
she's a mistress or not. What matters is that he had the audacity to say, "Would you be my mistress?"
yeah, well, that's what she can accept. That's what she can get from him. Because if he's an aristocrat, he has to think about his social standing. Okay?
It's a very white male frame.
Yeah, but well, he has to okay. He has to think about his social standing.
This is the most robust feminist talking points right here that we're wrestling with, Allison. It's like sword fighting the fart. As Karen
Yeah, well,
says.
honestly, this is not any better than the shit that Teal Deer sends me.
Yeah, I know.
In fact, that's worse. It's actually Bryony being upset at this man saying you could be my mistress because this is period appropriate. Is like that's less offensive than what Teal Deer sent me yesterday. And I actually read part of it. I'm like, how did this how did a frothing lunatic publish material in an academic setting without anyone saying, why is she drooling all over her bib as she's delivering this thesis? Like, okay. All right. Back to Bryony because Bryony is less painful. All right.
Another
So-
30 seconds left in this soundbite, but go ahead.
All right. So this is period appropriate. She's insofar as I allow for the idea of
An Asian house
an
servant.
Asian
existing.
house servant in
Her name is probably something like Constance or Gertrude, anyways, not like Ling. So it's probably just like an arbitrary casting
it would
thing.
be so much more realistic if again she had just been like Asian aristocracy, right? And she'd come over. That would have been so much more realistic, but this is just ridiculous. Anyway, just allowing for that. Let's just say that she is a peasant girl. He has to think about his family's fortunes. So that means he's going to have to probably marry some stick-in-stack aristocrat woman, right? And this is very common. It's very common. And that's all he could offer her.
To have a side
position
piece?
as side piece. Now, if she wants to get married, Bryony, she can go find herself somebody in China, or if we're just pretending that this is normal, she can find herself a peasant man if she wants to get married in this context. But now she also has the option to be this rich dude's mistress, and this is somehow misogyny. Here, I'm giving you an extra option in your life. Oh, that's such misogyny. No, it isn't. It 100% isn't. This is often actually how a lot of women did social climbing in that time period, especially more towards like the 19th century. I mean, if you ever read about Sprinkles, she was a prostitute in the 19th century, like London. And her 19th, yeah, I think 19th, and her sister actually became a countess through marriage. So this is actually like, yeah, maybe she could end up getting married to this guy, but not until much later on, when there was a lot more class fluidity in like the 19th century.
Mhm.
But Mistress was pretty good. Mistress of a rich dude. That was
Still gonna
you're
be pretty
set for
well
life.
taken care of. Yeah.
You'd be set for life. You'd be set for life because the even though there was that class distinction, there was also the social expectation that he take care of her. So I'm not like, what do you want, Bryony? You want reality? You want history to be something else? You want to make it so that class distinctions didn't exist? You're looking so offended at reality. It's like she's just getting a face full of reality right there, right? And then she's just like, "Oh, I can't handle it." Oh, okay, let's move on. Last 30 seconds.
All right.
Your hand just now and you ask her this.
Pray for me that I do not commit murder this evening.
It's giving.
My long-term.
Did he say that to her? Who did she say that to?
Yeah, I guess she's angry that he didn't make her, like, he didn't just, like, you know, like, give up his position and allow himself to be exiled from his family so he can be with her. She was just angry at him, I guess.
Oh, and if he did, she'd no longer be attracted to him.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Why didn't he remake reality for me?
Yeah.
And who is she saying that she's angry to? Are you kidding? A woman in that situation? Why would she be angry, Bryony? Oh, god damn. History exists. Bryony most affected. Okay. All right.
However, it does make sense for the Regency period, and it happened in the book, and you could argue it still happens today. No
So she's okay. So
Yeah,
she's using this to basically talk about the current day. So, situationships. So basically, this is interesting because it's true. Basically, you have high status men, high value men. Okay. I know that they hate that term, but it's true. High value men.
Well, they
that-
use it.
Yeah, they do, but they don't like that. Like, it's used by people who are not them. They want to have it. They want it to be their word. They use it on their terms. So you have high value men who, because of hypergamy and because of like everything in modernity itself, basically have their pick of multiple women. And so because they do, they can treat them however they want. They usually don't treat them poorly, but they don't necessarily commit either. And then these women are really upset. So here you have this example where, you know, you have situationship, and it says here he's about to ruin your life with a situationship for 2 years. And you have a woman here saying how it feels when he likes you but doesn't want anything serious for real, but still texts like he actually wants to be with you. And why is that? Because you have, you know, very few men who have a lot of women around them. And this is a situation that was created by modernity or the sexual revolution or dating apps or whatever you want to call it. You know, hypergamy, it doesn't matter, but it is the reality. And Bryony Claire is mad that those men are not like behaving in the way that they should. So like you have the men who can't get a woman, and those guys are losers and pathetic, right? The incels. Then you have like the men who are the, you know, beta bucks, like they're the guys who the woman settles down with after they've had their fun with other men, and that's sort of like a divorce waiting to happen at some point down the line. And then you have like the guys at the very top that basically can have whatever they want, and Bryony is upset that those guys exist, even though her belief system created this problem. Like, that's why we have this, is because of that. And it is, and one thing I did that I've been thinking about a lot lately is that feminism is the natural product of the romantic model of chivalry. Like, it is a product of that, not martial chivalry, which is what it was intended for, but like the romantic part that came later, which is why they're always leveraging that as part of their I guess you could say, their arguments. It comes from this idea that men owe women. That's like that women deserve something from men. And that's what feminism is too. So anyway, that's what I wanted to say.
Okay, let's keep going.
All right.
It still happens today. No matter the amount of outrage that has happened on social media about this, we need to face the facts. There are the women that you marry, and then there are women that you play with. Do you respect either? Optional.
Sorry, lady. If you're all going to go after the top 10% of men, you're not going to get commitment.
Like top 5%.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And it's like, if you want to get a man who has been pre-selected by other women, you're not going to get commitment. The end.
Yep.
That's it. All right, let's
All right, so that was the first time code. That's her sort of like setting it all up. This is more about internalized misogyny too, because I think that this in this video that she basically says that it's women that are the worst or the some of the biggest purveyors of this, but that's still because of patriarchy. So, you know, women do bad things, patriarchy to blame, which means men to blame. But okay. So then she complains about this portrayal of men as irresponsible and the problematic trope of the man-child, but not because it makes men look bad.
She is lesser than. You can tell by just looking at her. It doesn't matter that she's intelligent and accomplished. She is not of the right rank, nor of the right breeding. Best she can hope for is being a side piece. After all, the Cinderella story isn't real. The closest you'll actually get is Honora. Sophie just isn't respectable like he is. I'm sorry, respectable? Him? This
what the
man-child?
fuck?
Yeah.
Why is he doing that?
They wrote him that way, Allison. This is what I'm saying. Like, they create feminist media where men are dopes and, like, you know, they're undeserving of their station, and then the women are rolling their eyes at them, and then these women react to them like they're real.
This is definitely Regency. So we're talking about men who are just coming off of literally being soldiers, and these acting like that. Like, this was still when aristocracy was supposed to do something, and that something was fight, and he's behaving like that. Okay. I mean, I guess you could present him as foppish. That works. And sometimes you do it, but I don't know. That just seemed very effeminate rather than foppish. I don't know. Ugh.